Hello and welcome back everyone to another exciting episode of ToucanPlays. And guys, we've got it. We have got the full roster for Monster Jam Showdown. I will warn you, don't watch this video unless you want all of those spoilers spoiled for you and you don't want any more surprises. I'm sure though that if you've clicked on this video, you're ready for some spoilers, so let's get right into it. This weekend, there was a huge event in Cardiff, UK, and a whole mess of influencers were invited to go to it. Now, I don't know any of these guys. Sorry, I'm sure they're big influencers, but I don't know any of them. Here is the full list of everybody that was invited to attend though. You're welcome to look them up, check out their stuff. But they were invited to go to Cardiff and watch Monster Jam for the first time. And a lot of these guys, I don't think any of them actually had been to a Monster Jam show before because they all commented on how cool the giant monster trucks were. And so they definitely are not Monster Jam fans. I think a lot of them are into gaming though, gaming, toys, that kind of thing. So they enjoyed it. They had a good time. We saw some cool videos though. And that's the thing that I am excited to bring to you guys is that we did see some behind the scenes shots of Monster Jam Showdown. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. All right, so first up, first screen grab of the day, we have got a screenshot of the title screen. Now, first thing you'll notice, we've got Max D Blackout. I'm sure that this is a variant of Max D. Now, ADHD on Discord pointed out that Max D has only got the front fenders and not the rear fenders, and it looks kind of weird. Now, I agree with him. However, there has been many shots of Max D with only front fenders and no rear fenders, and the mods over on the official Showdown Discord server have stated that Feld has approved all of the models that are in Monster Jam Showdown, so this is the way it's gonna be, I guess. All right, so we see a couple of things. We have some options here on the title screen. We've got Showdown Tour, Game Modes, Multiplayer, Garage, Training Ground, Settings, and Shop. Shop kind of makes me a little bit leery, but I'm not sure exactly what that's gonna mean. Hopefully it just means shop like you're buying liveries and not upgrades to your truck, because they have said already that you're not really gonna upgrade your truck. So yeah, we'll have to see what that means exactly. Now, over here in the top right corner, we see that it says 1700 XP to the next level. This is that profile leveler that we were talking about in the last episode. We don't see what the current level is though for this particular profile, and there's this exclamation point with a kind of a recycling icon around it. Now, I think that's supposed to be for your profile picture, but there's no profile picture here. Now the background, I really like the background here on the title screen. So yeah, it looks like we're in a building, like a big warehouse or something. It looks like it might be some kind of a Monster Jam event. We've got couches off to the left behind the settings section here, and then we've got, of course, Max D smashing a car. We did see a shot a few weeks ago from Tokyo that looked very similar to this, but I think the truck that was smashing the car was Gravedigger. And it does say in the bottom right, underneath Max D's right tire, press Y to change the MJ truck. So I'm assuming that you can change the truck that is here on your title screen. And then we've got these in the background. We've got these green shipping containers. We've got that psychedelic kind of aesthetic that's going throughout the whole game. And in the back here, it looks kind of like maybe a photo booth or some kind of corrugated metal on the back here. So, but yeah, it looks like it's some kind of an underground, special Monster Jam event that you're exclusively invited to. I think it's pretty cool. Fits with the whole theme of the Cardiff event that these influencers got invited to. All right, next little clip, we get to see these guys getting ready to do some split screen, and we get a quick glimpse of the multiplayer lobby. And I love this multiplayer lobby. So again, it looks like an arcade. We've got arcade machines off to the left, and then we've got a sit-down arcade machine for the online mode. And we got a picture of, I'm assuming that's Gravedigger, some monster truck bashing his way through the wall. It's pretty cool. And then off to the right, it says split screen. And then again, the aesthetic here is like you're sitting on the couch in your living room at home. Really cool. I love the aesthetic of this menu. the aesthetic of the whole game. Just Steel Titans 2 was very utilitarian. It was very simple, easy to follow and understand. This looks very homey, very creative, very aesthetically pleasing. You know, they're trying to aim for that younger audience, but also exciting and make it look like it's just kind of you're hanging out with your friends, like you're having a good time. Okay, so next screenshot, it's just a quick screen grab of one of the influencers playing Max D Blackout. We can see that they're jumping. It looks like they're doing actually a boss fight, because we have that boss fight meter up in the top left corner, and it looks like the boss is going to be Earthshaker. So there you go. It's either a boss fight or it's a one-on-one battle against Earthshaker. I'm gonna guess that it's a boss fight though. Looks pretty cool, looks pretty fun. Okay, now another screenshot from that same influencer says that we've got circuit racing. He's getting ready to choose which track he wants to run. And the track that he's choosing is Snow Turbo Twist on the Frozen Shores. And it says Rookie as the difficulty. Now, this little ticket right here in the middle, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. It looks a lot like the season pass tickets that we saw when they announced the DLC roadmap. It's almost the exact same icon, actually, I think. It says RCNG Racing. It's kind of short for racing. Now, it's hard to read all this because these are screen grabs and they are moving the camera real fast. And it's really hard to kind of see what's going on. They were recording the actual monitors at the event, so it was hard to see what's happening here. But it does say on the second row, it says section 400 something, and then row something or another, and then seat something or another. So it looks like it's your ticket to your seat, like at a Monster Jam event, which is pretty cool. And then of course the Monster Jam Showdown logo and a milestone logo. I'm not sure what this says up here. Maybe it's actually saying Frozen Shores and then racing or circuit racing, something along those lines. And then a little bit below that, we've got event settings, AI difficulty normal, and then press X to edit. I don't know what the difference between Frozen Shores Rookie and AI difficulty normal. I don't know what the difference between those two settings would be. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, on that, but that's still pretty cool. So the two trucks that they chose, I'm sure that they chose split screen for this particular race. We got Dragon and El Toro Loco, and you can press Y to change your MJ truck, your Monster Jam truck. And then here is a list of all of the circuit races. I'm not going to read them all because there's a pretty long list, but it does seem to start off with the Alaskan races, and then it moves on to Colorado, A, C, alphabetical order. I'm assuming that further on down the list, you'd have some races from Death Valley. And then presumably once that Aloha, the expansion pack comes out, that we're going to see some of those Alohas come out underneath it. Okay, and then this screen is so exciting. Okay, so it was all part of the same little swipe of his phone as he ran across the monitor, but this side of the screen shows the map. This is that, what is it? The Snow Turbo Twist map. So there's the map of Snow Turbo Twist. And then it says time frame, and it's got a picture. It looks like the sun, so I'm gonna guess it's a daytime. I don't know if this is changeable. I don't know if you can actually change this, or if the Snow Turbo Twist is always gonna be during the day and that the weather is always gonna be sunny. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be that there's a way to edit this. I would like for there to be a way to edit those particular things. I'd like to be able to edit the time and the weather effects. Then underneath that, this is what I'm super excited about. It says recommended skills, and then it's got a picture of the what is that called? An iceberg and a little windy road or a river. Those are the symbols that are on here. This is the roster that we saw a few months ago with the Tyler Menega versus fans, drivers versus fans video. And we can see up in the top right corner, we've got on Soldier Fortune, we've got that little windy road or the windy river. And then on Northern Nightmare, we've got that iceberg. So confirmed, these are abilities. We're not quite sure exactly what those abilities provide, but it is to be assumed that these trucks will provide some sort of an advantage on specific tracks. I don't know if I like that. I said way back in that video that if that does provide some sort of an advantage, I don't want to be shoehorned into driving Northern Nightmare on Alaskan maps. Like if I want to drive Brutus or Gravedigger, right? Gravedigger is my favorite truck. I want to be able to drive Gravedigger in Alaska and not be punished for it. But it does look like recommended skills. It looks like I am going to be somewhat shoehorned into driving specific trucks on specific tracks. Now, this is an early build, an earlier build than what we've seen on some of the more recent videos. And I'll show you how I know that here in just a second. So things may have changed. They may have changed what these skills do. They may have removed these skills altogether. Who knows? But for now, in this particular build, we know that this particular track recommends that you have trucks with these particular symbols. How that turns out and how that plays in the game, we're not quite sure. They haven't talked about this at all. So I'm kind of curious. I'm really curious. What do these skills do for you? How does it affect gameplay? I want to know. Speaking of the roster though, we have our full roster. Yes. Okay, so here is a screen grab of page 1, and there's 10 trucks per page. So here we go. I'm gonna read them all off. We've got the Monster Jam stunt truck, number 1. Number 2, Gestur. This particular Gestur is important, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Then we have Whiplash, number 3. Now, I'm gonna stop one more time because it is highly suspected that not only is this roster like the order that they come in the roster, but it is also the order in which you unlock the trucks, which makes sense. It makes sense that the stunt truck would be the first truck available to you. It makes sense that Whiplash would be somewhat early on. I'm kind of surprised that Gestur would be the second truck you would unlock, but apparently it is. So here we go. Stunt truck, Gestur, Whiplash, Vendetta, new truck confirmed. That would be number 39 on our list that we were making. Gravedigger the Legend, number 5. Crustacean, number 6. Pirate's Curse, number 7. Blue Thunder, number 8. Avenger, number 9. Max D, number 10. Move on to the next page. Here we go, page 2, down in the bottom left corner. This is an even earlier build, so it's in a different spot. Number 11, we have Shaker, 12 Brutus, 13 Northern Nightmare, 14 Gravedigger, 15 Soldier Fortune, 16 Bakugan Dragonoid, 17 Velociraptor, 18 Zombie, 19 Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, 20 Monster Mud Dalmatian, I can talk. And here we are, page 3, we have Megalodon, and yes, that is Megalodon Fire. We have our first livery, and we can see actually up in the top above the roster, there's a button. I'm not sure what button that is representing, but you push a button and you can change the livery of what the truck is. For whatever reason during this event, they chose to showcase Megalodon Fire. He does have, I'll show you a screenshot in a minute, he does have a yellow chassis and he does have yellow tires. I know there's gonna be some people who are disappointed about that, but that is the way that it is. Okay, 22, Axe. 23, Lucas Oil Stabilizer. 24, Monster Mutt. 25, Kraken. 26, El Toro Loco. 27, Jurassic Attack. And yes, this is the modern variant Jurassic Attack, assuming that there are gonna be other variants for all of these trucks, most of them anyway. 28, Thunder Roarus. 29, Earthshaker. 30, this is Stone Crusher. It's kind of hard to see, but yes, this is Stone Crusher. Then we have 31, Dragon. 32, Wildside. 33, Higher Education. 34, Ice Cream Man. 35, Bad Company, baby. Yeah! I hope that they have the hologram Bad Company. I cannot wait. 36, this is Alien Invasion. That's kind of hard to see too, but yes, that's Alien Invasion. 37, Raising Cane. 38, Son of a Digger. 39, Excalibur. And 40, last one on our roster, Sparkle Smash. And I think that's the old logo. I'm pretty sure that's the old logo. They need to update. Well, because this is an old build, so that makes sense. So there we go. There is all 40 of our trucks. Bad Company and Vendetta round out 39 and 40. No Pirate's Curse. I'm sorry, no Captain's Curse. No Captain's Curse. We're going to assume that that's probably going to come in the first DLC pack that is coming in September. That's going to be the Pirates and Soldiers and Pirates DLC. So we're kind of assuming that Captain's Curse is going to be in that one, as well as Black Pearl is going to be in that DLC. Not sure what the other soldier, maybe Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Black Ops is technically its own truck. To me, it makes sense as a livery, but it is its own truck. There are differences in the body between Black Ops and regular Soldier Fortune. So I guess maybe that'll be the 3 is Soldier Fortune Black Ops, Black Pearl, Captain's Curse. That makes sense for the first DLC in September. All right, let's move on. More exciting stuff to come. Here is a screen grab of Megalodon Fire. And yes, you can see, let me zoom in just a little bit more. Zoop. you can see there is that yellow chassis, and we do have these kind of orangish yellow tires on the inside. It is caked in mud, but for sure these are orangey tires, and that is a yellow chassis. And we can see here, there's the old style map with the X's on it. So this is an older build, but this is that almond shaped map that we saw on one of the other Driver versus Fans videos. I don't remember which one, I'm sorry. All right, moving on. Here's another screen grab. Again, we can see the older map style with the X's, and it's the full map. It's not zoomed in, and it's not those teal dots. At first, I was thinking that maybe perhaps that this chassis over here, right there, was a JCB Digatron finally, but I don't think so. It does look kind of bronzy or yellow, the chassis, but it is just a naked chassis. Both of these chassis are naked. I don't know which trucks they are, but it is definitely a head-to-head race. This is not a boss battle. This is just a multiplayer split screen head-to-head race, and it's a circuit race, right? It's a circuit race, so because there's 8 competitors. All right, moving on. What else we got? Okay, so this is a side-to-side split screen of Avenger, and I think this is Raising Cane. It's either Raising Cane or Stone Crusher. I'm not quite sure. Somebody in the comments will definitely know and tell me. Now, one of the things I've been having a conversation with ADHD all morning long, and ADHD was saying that this is a combination of a CRC or Kohler chassis with CRD. So they kind of made an attempt to make it appear like a CRC chassis, but in order to make it play or handle the same as all the rest of the trucks, they kind of mashed a CRD chassis in along with it. I don't know the details of the chassis well enough to be able to say, so I'm going to take ADHD's word on that one and say, yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. But it is cool to see Avenger, even if this is a very poor screenshot. It's nice to see Avenger actually in the game. All right. Oh, and my buddy here's got his head right in the way. I have no idea what this screen grab here is here in the background. It looks like some sort of a leaderboard. Maybe this is like the end screen after they finish the Golden Grove trail back here. I think this is Gestur. I think this is Vendetta. Higher Education. It's hard to read. Lucas Stabilizer. Some of these you can't really read. Player 2, so they finished last and second to last, whoever they were playing as. It is what it is. I've heard that this game is actually really difficult, but I've also not seen like professional gamers play this game, or at least professional monster truck gamers. These guys all look, the influencers seem like gamers, but maybe not so much as far as monster truck gamers go. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see how difficult it actually really is. Now, I did mention that I needed to talk a little bit more about Gestur. So this Gestur here, you can see the outline, the title here. It's really hard to make out. I know it's really blurry, but this is the American version of Gestur. And the way you know that, you can kind of see here is a shot of the American Gestur logo, and you can kind of see the blue on the left, and you can kind of see the red on the bottom. So, and it's white, the hood is white, and this is definitely Gestur. So we're assuming that the American US Gestur is in the game. Now, the American Gestur was actually based off of an original design by my new pal, ADHD, who drew this and actually handed it off to some of the guys who drove Gestur, who designed Gestur, and they kind of reworked it a little bit. They added some changes to it, and they actually did, years later, because he drew this in 2018, and then a few years later at World Finals 22, debuted Gestur, a USA Gestur. And so he is like beside himself with the excitement, because not only is USA Gestur a real life truck, a design that he came up with essentially, but it is actually, going to be in a video game, and he's totally excited about it. And I'm excited for him, which is why I'm kind of supporting him and giving him a huge shout out, because I think he's like got mad skills. Check out this work that he did. This is Rexcavator. It's not a real truck, but it's another design that he made, and I think it is absolutely sick and totally cool. He transferred that over into Overdriven in Roblox, which, yeah, dude, that is a seriously sick truck. He's got some mad skills. He's got another truck back here. This is, I forgot what the name of it is, and I can't read it because it's all blurry. But yeah, he's designed these in Roblox, which is really cool. Good for you, ADHD. Moving on to Showdown though, we actually did get a brand new batch of questions and answers. I'm gonna go over them real quickly here off the Discord. I'm trying a new style of editing. It's not quite as professional, but it is quicker. It'll get out the videos a little bit faster here. So, can we have weather in outdoor stadiums? The answer is nope, and that's a bummer. That means that we're not gonna be able to customize the weather options, which, man, that seems like such a simple fix, such a simple, easy way to make the game more fun. I don't know. Milestone, if you're watching, I'd really like that to be a yes. Maybe down the line, like let us have some weather customization options. That would be really cool. At the very least in circuit races, if not in outdoor stadiums. I think that would be fun. I think that would be really cool. Like, it would be a really nice touch. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox on that one. Next question, I've seen that Max D is on a CRD chassis. Will the truck get a Men's chassis like the Maximum Destruction, or will Maximum Destruction be the only truck with the Men's chassis? And the answer is, it could have. Well, so that's a cheeky way of saying yes. So the devs have actually already confirmed that there are going to be multiple chassis, but that they are all going to play the same. They're going to handle the same. So even if it is on a Men's chassis, it's just going to be an appearance only. It's going to handle exactly the same. Will there be a party mode for Xbox? I don't play on Xbox, so I don't really know the details on this particular question and answer, but the answer is, if you mean by creating a party from the Xbox menu and then invite friends to join it, then yes. If you know Xbox, then you probably understand this question better than I do, and hopefully that answers your question. Hey, will we be able to do freestyle and skills competition in speedways? We will have one stadium based on a speedway. One. So yes. Okay, well, they have one speedway stadium, I guess. So there you go. Cool, I guess. How many maps will be in the game at launch? We don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, fine. It does seem like from those screen grabs that we just saw that there are going to be a hefty number of tracks. I'm kind of excited for that. And I will say this, with the Aloha expansion, they're expecting 6 tracks and 1 arena. So, and then with arena, I'm sure that they mean stadium. So what I would guess is that in the base game, we should probably expect at least 6 tracks per biome as well. And that would make sense, right? 6 tracks. At least 1 stadium per biome, 1 outdoor stadium, like one of those extreme, probably more like 2 of those extreme freestyles per biome. And then hopefully a lot of indoor stuff too, right? Like, I don't know. I'm hoping we get a lot of indoor tracks too. Can we change stuff in an online server like weather or what thing we want to do? Nope. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what that means. Apparently, I guess if we're going into a public lobby, that we are not able to change the tracks. Maybe the tracks are set up in a rotation. I know they've already mentioned that we cannot change weather, but not being able to change the tracks, I'm gonna guess that there may be a voting system on which track we want to do next. I'm not quite sure. That seems like a non-detailed answer. I'd like a little bit more detail on that one. Can you select the racetrack in an online head-to-head? Yes. So we can select tracks on a head-to-head, but not in a public lobby? I don't know. Again, they're kind of conflicting answers there. Trucks that have flags like Gravedigger, Northern Nightmare, will they have flag damage? So we won't damage the flag, in which the flag will rip. If it sustains damage, it just simply disappears. And we've seen that already. The flags just kind of fall off. And that's the same way it worked in... Oh, did it work that way in Steel Titans? I think it did, right? The flags just kind of fall off. When pressing both gas and stop buttons at the same time, will you be able to rev like how both Steel Titans games are? Yes, you can rev the engines. Now, I have my Steel Titans set to where if I hold down gas and brake at the same time I back up, I do reverse. I find that's a little bit more intuitive for me. I don't know. So I don't know about being able to rev. I think if you hold down the brake and then just, yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to rev. I don't know, it seems like a weird question, but whatever. Hey, there you go. There's your answers. Yes. When in the off-road races, are you able to take out the pyros with the trucks? With pyros, if you mean fireworks, then no, you can't. And that makes sense. They probably are part of the background. They're not destructible objects. There's certain objects that are destructible, and it seems like those are like, there's some, what do they call them? Sawhorses or posters or little wooden things that are set up specifically for you to destroy that are on the track. And then of course you've got the drones that are flying with the signs. That's what they are. They're signs. There's little wooden signs that are all over the track, and those are meant to be destroyed. And everything that's on the outside, the perimeter of the track, those are not meant to be destroyed. And there's shrubbery and things like that, fence posts and things that are meant to be destroyed. But if it's something that's not meant to be destroyed, then they won't, which makes sense. Will there be a private multiplayer option so it can be just you and your friends, or is it public session every time? The private option you have is to play with your party friends. I'm thinking that this is an Xbox specific question. How does this work with crossplay? I'm gonna guess that you would have a friend list and then you can invite your friends to join you, or perhaps crossplay is only public. I'm gonna ask that question because I would like an answer to that one. That one's important to me. I wanna know if you can do a party crossplay with other consoles, specifically PC. Because I don't know. That doesn't seem to answer that question. Next one. This may be a dumb question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. But will people who buy the regular version of Monster Jam Showdown be able to get/purchase the post-launch content that's in the season pass? They'll just have to pay for it when it comes out instead of getting it for free. So what he's asking essentially is there an option to buy the pre-order bonuses after launch? And it says, after the game's launch, if you have the standard edition, you can choose what to buy. The season pass, per se, which gives you all of the roadmap content for free when they come out, or every single DLC one by one. So I think the problem was that the question wasn't asked properly. Typically though, they do offer pre-order bonuses post-launch for purchase, but I think what he's asking is if it will be part of the season pass. I'm gonna ask a clarifying question on that one too, because that wasn't answered to my satisfaction. Will the DLC have new locations, have some track designs, or are there going to be any additional track designs that will be added as well? And the response is, we can only say that the DLC will have a crazy track design. Okay. I'm not sure if they're talking about the Hawaii expansion specifically, or if they're talking about regular DLC. I would like to know, and I may ask this question, if some of the season pass DLC will contain tracks or if it's just trucks. We've asked that question before and we've gotten we'll have to wait and see kind of an answer. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then the last question was by ADHD. He asked, do you guys plan on fixing how Max D looks? He's talking about the fender, how that doesn't have a rear fender. And I've kind of already answered this question. Every truck in the game has been approved by Feld. So we know that Max D is probably not going to change. It's probably going to continue to have a front fender only, no rear fender. I've seen it that way. I've seen it with only a front fender. I've seen it with front and rear fender, and I've seen it with no fenders. I don't know. It is what it is. It's been approved by Feld. So there you go. Hey guys, breaking news. As I was wrapping up this video, literally about to hit render, I was contacted on Discord by ADHD, who sent me a whole mess of screenshots and some information about the Big Air Edition. It looks to me like the New Zealand, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch digital pre-orders went live maybe a little bit too soon. They are not available in the US to pre-order as of recording. Possibly by the time that you're watching this video, they might be available for pre-order, but as of recording, they are not available in the US. But you can actually click on the add to cart button in New Zealand. So if you're watching this on the 10th, you may not be able to, but anytime after that, I would imagine that they're going to go up live pretty soon. But these screenshots look absolutely sick. I'm going to do a full breakdown on the all of these screenshots, and of course the Big Air Edition and all of the bonuses, including the XP experience multiplier and a lot of these little bonuses that they talk about in some of these screenshots. I'm going to kind of go in depth onto that and what that could possibly mean for people who buy the Big Air Edition. All right, so back to your regularly scheduled ToucanPlays programming. There's your Q&A for the week Thank you guys so much for watching. I sure do appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this new format. It's not quite, like I said, not as formal, not as scripted, but it's going to be a lot faster to get videos out. So I think I'm going to like it better. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out the video that you see on the screen right here. And hey, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Later, everybody. Bye.